to another episode of Devanjo'S in the kitchen, where we take you behind the scenes of how all of our delicious meals that you love are done from start to finish. Stay tuned. So guys, today we're going to be doing something very simple for you, yet it is going to be super delicious. We are going to be doing sweet and spicy teriyaki chicken tacos with a nice coconut cheesy creamy dressing. And so to begin guys, we are going to be using some nice cuts of sliced fish. You can use sliced fish if you can't afford to use fish fillet. These are cheap and meaty also, so you will still get that nice fleshy taste from the fish. We are going to be cutting our fish in 1-inch cubes. Come to think of it now, let's do 1/2-inch cubes, because remember that we have some smaller tacos and we want our filling to be enough in each. So let's do some 1/2-inch cubes. We are now going to season it. For me, I like to use fresh seasoning, and so all of my seasoning are going to be fresh, and I don't use powder seasoning any at all. And so we have nice sprig of scallion. We are going to finely chop that. Add that to your fish. Fresh thyme, chop it up also. Add that to your fish. And for the secret that you guys really want to find out, this is the secret. Wait for it. It's coming. Wait for it. Did you see it? Wait for it. This is the secret. Let me take it very close to you. That's the secret. Garlic. Yes people, I love garlic. Everything that I cook with a lot of garlic. Be extremely careful, because garlic can be overpowering. And while I was thinking about it and I was telling my wife that I love garlic, she was saying, please to tell the people that garlic can make your breath smell bad. So I said to her, you ever smell my breath yet? No. And I love garlic. So, but be careful though. It can have a very overpowering scent in your breath. Use enough to give a good flavor, but not too much to make it a little bit bitter and all of that. So you have to know the balance. For me, my balance is like a lot. So, I don't normally grate my garlic. I just shred it. So I'm going to shred about, this is about what, 1 pound of fish. So after we have added our scallion, or scallion, whatever you call it in your part of the world, we add our thyme, garlic. Now we are going to add what some persons call bad boy, hot pepper. Now if I am not afraid of anything in the kitchen, I'm afraid of this. So for this, I would suggest that if you are like me, you get a nice little glove. For those of you who don't have the fancy things to put them in and chop, 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 and chop them up, you get the glove. So I am going to be using my gloves because I'm afraid of pepper. I never know one thing or one ingredient that can linger on somebody's finger so long. Hot pepper does that. Alright, so we are going to be chopping up about, let's say, 2 teaspoons. And we are going to add our salt. This is about 2 teaspoons of salt. Remember now that fish is very delicate and it absorbs flavors easily. Alright, so maybe so this is about 3 teaspoons of salt. Look at that. Looks pretty already, right? Look. Oh, maybe you can't see so good. Look at that. Pretty. Smells good too. The garlic, the scallion, the thyme. The flavor is just popping in here. I'm going to be using about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. And I'm using a small amount of oil. So now that our oil is heated, we are going to add our fish bits to the oil and fry them. And we're just going to fry them until they're golden brown. And what I want you to notice is that the seasoning is sticking onto the fish. Now, fish is something that cooks quickly, and once it moves from that pinkish look to white, it is cooked. So about 30 seconds on either side, because we don't want to overcook them. Now that we have removed our fish bits from the fire, I want you to take a closer look at them. Hold up to the camera, don't be afraid, don't be shy. Look at them, all nice and crispy, but tender on the inside. I'm sorry. I have to taste it. Crispy on the outside, flavorful, and soft and tender on the inside. Now what we are going to do, we are going to add our barbecue sauce. And for me, I normally give my barbecue sauce a different flavor. So I have 2 tablespoons of teriyaki barbecue sauce, and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of spicy honey. To that, I am going to add 2 tablespoons of ketchup. I love ketchup for some reason, I don't know why, I just love ketchup. So 2 tablespoons of ketchup. And like I said before, 1 tablespoon of sugar. You don't want it too sweet. And now, what you guys have been waiting for, garlic. So to this now I'm going to do 3 cloves of garlic right over it. Don't have to mess up any more containers. Forgive me, but I have to do this. If I don't stop, I'm going to eat more. The spiciness, the sweetness, the herbs, everything is just spot on. Oh my God, I can't wait to put it together and then hear what everybody has to say about it. I know you want to taste it. For our filling, our vegetable part of the filling, we are going to be using lettuce, some carrots, and also some tomatoes. So as you can see, this dish is not only going to be delicious, it is also going to be healthy. So we finally chop these. We separate them because persons don't like everything in vegetable. So persons can get to build your own tacos. So this is a little thing, a nice little thing for the children to do also. You want them to eat food, but you want them to enjoy eating it. So you say build your taco and you can have a competition. Which taco has the best taste? So we have our roughly chopped lettuce leaves, and we have our carrots now, which I'm going to basically julienne. To get the correct word, I'll have to call my wife. She's the English prof. So to get them finely in strips like this, julienne, whatever you call it. We have some other things, other vegetables that we're going to add to it. Our nice plum red tomato. For me, when I am doing tacos, I take out the inside of my tomatoes because it has a lot of water content and you don't want that in there. You just want the flesh and the skin. Set that one side. And then you can take these tomato seeds, and for those of you who are healthy eaters, you can make some tomato juice, or for those of you who want to grow more tomatoes, you can just basically put these in the soil outside at the back and you will have tomatoes in no time. Now you can use either of two things. I'm going to show you another thing that I bought. Vegetable peeler. I have come to realize that the vegetable peeler is way more versatile than just peeling vegetables and potatoes. When I want my vegetables to have that nice thin even cut, I use my vegetable peeler. And look at this. And so look at our vegetables, looking lovely already. Now we are ready for our taco shells. And for me, I like to put them in the oven. That gives it a little crispiness and it makes it, for those of you who like crunch. So what I do, I normally take my non-stick spray it on my baking tin. Then I put my foil over it. Makes cleaning a little bit easier for me. Then more non-stick spray so that the tacos don't stick. And now, disposable gloves. Persons might ask, why disposable gloves? This is the reason why I use my disposable gloves again. I normally add a little flavor to my tacos. What's the flavor some persons might ask? A little butter. So I add a little butter to it. So I take the butter, use sparingly for those of you who are health watchers, or you don't have to use any at all if you don't want to, but I know the butter gives it a nice little flavor. I use it on the inside only. So we are going to put these in the oven now for 5 to 7 minutes, after which we are going to take them out and start making our tacos. So welcome back to the final part of our sweet and spicy teriyaki barbecued fish tacos. So now we have taken out our tacos from the oven, kind of hot, so you have to be careful. Look at that, still open and crunchy. So now we are going to build our tacos. So where do we start? Persons start with whatever they want to start with. For me, I like to put a little vegetable at the bottom. Then, make it look all good and pretty. A little vegetable. Then, add the meat. Then, Add the vegetable again. Look at that. And don't mind if it's not meat in there. Then our coconut cheesy sauce on top. Look at that. Look at that. And more for those of you like things that are very creamy. We have everything, the fish, the vegetable, the cheesy sauce. Let me clean up before I talk. People, if I tell you, you will say it's because I did it. I want you to try it for yourself.